Hey YouTube, this is the February 2020 update for my etoro portfolio. So the portfolio has been doing not too bad. Let's take a look at the stocks in the portfolio. So we have Amazon at about 8.25%, Google 7.52%, Alibaba at 7.18%, Intuitive Surgical at 7.12%, Facebook 6.84%, Adobe at 4.98%, MasterCard, PayPal, Boeing, Visa, and Booking. So these are the same stocks I have in my Project 1 Million portfolio. So far, we haven't been fully invested for this portfolio. I've been dollar cost averaging into these stocks over the course of the last 1.5 months, and even in early or late 2019 as well. I started actually. So we are about 60% plus invested in this portfolio. We're looking to get more invested as time goes on. Market valuations are a little high right now, so I can't just, I don't want to really just fully invest the portfolio in these same stocks at the moment, because anything can happen. The market could go down by 5 to 10%, and I don't want my copiers especially to have a big shock. For me personally, if the market goes down, that is a good opportunity to buy more. But I understand that many people who are copying my portfolio may be new to investing, and so seeing their portfolio value go down suddenly might be a big shock to them. So I'm taking a gradual approach to this portfolio, and I hope it pays off over the long term. So let's go over to the stats page and let's take a look at the portfolio. So as you see, in January, I think I was only about 20 to 30% invested. So that affected the performance a little. But you can see as we got more invested, the performance has risen quite substantially. And I expect that to continue. Of course, the market can't just go up in one direction. But I think we have a decent balance now between being invested and also having cash to take advantage of dips. So we'll continue to do that. Let's take a look at how this portfolio has also done compared to some of the other benchmarks that I've set in this platform. So as you know, I have a watch list for long-term investors. And so these are some of the long-term investors I have identified and who I not only compare my portfolio against, but I also look to their portfolios for ideas and even for inspiration. And some of these investors have been doing very, very well. So let's look at SparkLiang first, and let's see how he has done so far for 2020. So SparkLiang has done phenomenally well actually. He has done about 14% plus so far in 2020. I think that's a great result. His portfolio, I think, has been more invested than mine, and so that has substantially boosted it. But not only that, I think he also made some very shrewd bets. One of them is Shopify, which you can see here, and that is now shot up to become his top holding because Shopify has risen so much. Although I think when he originally invested, it was just 3.35% of his portfolio. But you can see how much it has jumped since. Facebook and Alibaba are stocks that I also like for my portfolio. He has some other stocks here as well. But I think the thing that really has helped him also is that he had a position in Tesla, and if we can maybe look at the history Let's look at that. You can see here that he bought Tesla at very good prices. You can see he bought this Tesla at this price, 2019, this price, 2019 as well, and at this price. And when Tesla shot up, and boy did it shoot up, he closed his Tesla trades. And look at the profit he had for those trades. So he has done very well on his Tesla trades, and that was very shrewd on his part, very insightful, I suppose, because he saw Tesla was undervalued and he decided to take advantage of it. I personally have never invested in Tesla yet, and probably with the sharp rise in the price now, I probably won't invest in Tesla either. I'm still trying to understand if Tesla has a real strong moat. Let's see how it goes. I'm not convinced yet that Tesla belongs in my portfolio, but it has helped a lot of investors, and SparkLiang is one of them, and that's why he has had such a good return so far in 2020. Another long-term investor that has been doing very well so far is this investor called Onegirl, and her portfolio has just exploded in 2020. Let's take a look. Her portfolio has done 17.43%, an amazing result. I mean, I thought 2019 was going to be, was good, but it seems that 2020 so far has been shaping up even better for her. Let's take a look at what she has in her portfolio. So you can see that Shopify has also risen to one of her top holdings. She also has MasterCard and Amazon and some other very good high quality companies. You can see that she has held on to these stocks for a very long time, and that's why the profit percentage on these stocks is so high. Look at that. I mean, everything is in high double digits, except a few here, which I think are newer additions. And so she has also opened a position here in Tesla, but only in a very small percentage so far. But in general, it seems like she also has very high quality stocks, and many of these stocks are actually owned for my own portfolio. And there are some stocks that I'm looking to buy also. Maybe Nvidia I might dabble in if I feel I have enough of an understanding of it and its moat. I'm also looking at Trilio. Trilio is something that I feel is quite interesting. It seems to get stronger as more people use it, so it has a network effect, and so I'm looking at that as well. I know these other stocks like Roku and Pinterest, but so far Roku I think is going to come up against tough competition with Amazon's Fire TV, so I haven't really had the desire to buy Roku yet. Pinterest I think is an interesting play. It's a small social media kind of company, but I still think that in terms of social media companies, I think Facebook is my best bet. So I haven't dabbled in Pinterest yet. But to her credit, she has done very well this year, and I'm looking towards her portfolio for ideas, and also see how she does, for the rest of the year. Let's take a look at some other long-term investors and how they have done. Let me toggle over to long-term. Okay. Just for the sake of it, let's take a look at what how Warren Buffett has done so far this year. So this is Warren Buffett's public stock portfolio, where he owns his public listed companies. This portfolio has struggled a little this year, but it did have a strong 2019, probably due to Apple. You can take a look at some of the stocks. let's look at the stocks here. Apple, Bank of America, Coke, American Express, usual suspects here. Okay, let's go back now to some of the other long-term investors on this platform. So Alderique is another one that I copy my portfolio against, and Alderique has done well for a number of years actually. He has about 1,400 copiers as well. Let's take a look at his stats. But so far this year, I am beating him. He's done about 4%, and we did about 4.5% so far this year. He is managing between 1 million to 2 million. So I hope to reach that target as well on eToro. So far it's been slow, but we're already beating Alderique, who's managing 1 to 2 million. I think going forward we are very likely to beat this portfolio as well. Why do I say that? Because among his top holdings are Berkshire Hathaway and Apple and Disney and gold. Well, I like Berkshire. Of course, I like Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, but I don't think it has the kind of growth that I and my investors are looking for. Apple, I mean, he's done really well on Apple, and it was a very shrewd pick. But going forward, the next 1 or 2 years, I'm not sure if Apple will produce the same kind of returns it did produce last year. I could be wrong, but that's just my feeling at the moment. And the same goes for Walt Disney. I think Walt Disney had a pretty good 2019 as well, but again, going forward, I don't think it has the kind of growth that I'm looking for. And I'm not a fan of gold, so I wouldn't really invest in gold, but I think he's probably seeing this as a counterweight here to the sharp rise in the stock market, and probably as a recession play perhaps, in case there is a sharp dip in the market. So those are the long-term investors that I look at. Let's take a look at one more. Yemi is actually one of the most copied investors on eToro. He has about 11,000 copiers. So let's take a look at his performance. And he's done not too bad this year so far. He has done about 8% as well. In terms of the stocks he owns, I think a lot of the stocks seem to be like smaller companies, especially renewable companies, renewable energy companies. He has Facebook as well, Apple, okay, some Tesla. He's been holding Tesla for very long, it appears, and he's really rode it to a huge profit, at least in terms of just that Tesla investment. There's some other big name companies here as well. But he seems to have a large number of companies and doesn't seem to have the kind of concentration that the portfolios of SparkLiang and Onegirl had. And that concentration kind of shows more conviction in your ideas, I feel. But let's see, and this portfolio has done not too bad this year as well. And I think he manages one of the biggest amounts on eToro. He has about 5 million plus in copy assets under management. Hopefully this year we can beat his portfolio, and so we can attract some of that AUM to our portfolio as well. Let's see how that goes. So let's also take a look at how our progress has been in terms of attracting more copiers and our AUM. So I don't have 20 copiers yet, so I can't look at the exact AUM amount. So that's why we just estimate the AUM for now. So I didn't really attract any copiers over the last month, so it's been slow going. But a lot of people have still been looking at my profile. So hopefully if they see how the portfolio is doing, and that is doing well, perhaps they will become copiers in the future. So these are some of the copiers that who have joined and who are copying my portfolio. I've covered the names because I don't want to reveal that. But you can see that those who joined the earliest have had the most gains. Like this person joined on 2nd of December, and the portfolio, and they allocated a very big amount to the portfolio, and they have gained about 6%. And then someone who joined like a week later, he's gained about 5%. And this one joined near the end of December, he's gained about 4% plus. And this one joined on the first day of the year, and he's gained about 3.5% so far. So I think in general, I think the earlier you join, the more your gains are likely to be. So who could be a possible copier? I think someone who's looking to outsource their investing, who has other interests in life, and would like someone else to do their investing for them. I think that would be someone who is likely to be a copier. And I found this profile interesting. NKK artist. She's a artist apparently. So she's just looking to copy people who are investing, and doing good in terms of their investments. So she has other interests. She has interest in painting, video games, books, TV shows, and so on. And she even has her own art page on Facebook. So I guess someone like that who's just looking to find good investors and then copy them, and so that they can pursue their own interests. Let's look at her portfolio. So she has copied many investors on the platform. So she's copied some of these investors. I think Mariano Pardo is one of the long-term investors that I've identified, and so I think he's a good bet. Yape we have discussed earlier. A lot of these other investors, I think they're mostly traders, so I think their earnings and profits can be more volatile, and also probably not as predictable, and they can be sharp ups and downs, I guess, in some of their portfolios. So these are some of the other people she's copying. Let's look at the stats so far. So although she's copying many people, her stats for the year have not been so good so far. Maybe if she had stuck to some of the better long-term investors, her profits could have been better. But I think she is finding out and who are the better performers for her, and eventually she will probably narrow down the list. And hopefully one day we can attract her to our portfolio as well. So eToro also has something called copy portfolios, which are basically just a group of stocks or commodities or even traders grouped together around a theme. So you have people who are traders who are grouped together, active traders grouped together as well here. And importantly, you also have some of these portfolios that are grouped according to like themes, like crypto. So I found this one quite interesting. Not because I'm a fan of crypto, but I just found it interesting. And you can look at the returns that this portfolio has had this year so far, and it's done about 70% so far this year. What an amazing result. Last year, of course, the equity markets were super good and did about 30+%, but this underperformed and did about 18%. Look at 2018 and did a minus 83%. So this is not for the faint-hearted. And you can see that in terms of the asset allocation, it's mainly Bitcoin and some Ethereum and some other cryptos here, and a big allocation of the portfolio to a bunch of other unnamed cryptos here as well. So if cryptos is your thing and you're not sure which crypto to go for, then you could just invest in this crypto portfolio and get a diversified set of cryptos to invest in, just like a ETF. So I found that interesting. So the other piece of news I have to share is that I'm launching a Discord chat, and this is going to be free for the copiers on eToro, and for everyone else I'm charging a small fee of about $5 per month. This is going to be an exclusive club for people who want to talk about high quality investment ideas, and you have personal access to me through this Discord chat. And I'll also be sharing articles I read, ideas I have, links, and other things I'm just observing, and perhaps this will also give you inspiration to set up your own portfolio, or you can also bounce off your ideas with me if you would like to. So so if you're interested in joining the Discord chat, you can go to this website, patreon.com/investingeducation, and then the membership level you will need to select will be this one, access through Discord, and it's $5 per month. And so you can go down once you made the payment, then you can unlock this post, and then you can get the link to the Discord chat there. And so I look forward to seeing you in the Discord chat. I will be pretty active in the Discord chat, and I will hope it will be of value to you, and I think together we can make it into a very exciting place to discuss high quality investment ideas. The other thing you'll probably notice is that I'm renaming Project 1 Billion to Project Buffett 2.0. So I do definitely still want to reach that 1 billion goal, but it will take several years, maybe even several decades. But the broader goal really is to try to emulate what Warren Buffett has done. So Warren Buffett, I mean, he is a self-made billionaire, and so he's just been investing in good quality companies all his life, and that's how he's been able to compound his money over the long term. And so that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Warren Buffett is famous for buying Coke and other good quality companies. Of course, Apple has been a big winner for him in recent times as well. And so I hope some of the companies we buy will also be big winners for us over the long term. So we have several years to go before we can, provide a good track record. But we're already building up that track record. And so I think over time, as we build up that track record, we will attract more copiers on the eToro platform. And that will also lead us towards the goals that I stated in my project 1 billion. And I think that is really the goal, to replicate the kind of performance that Warren Buffett has been able to achieve over 50 years, which is like 20%, nearly 20% over 50 years. And not only did he grow his money, he also grew the money of many of his early investors. And so I hope I can achieve the same. So if you like what you saw in this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not, so for future updates. And if you like the general platform, the eToro platform, and you like the ability to copy good investors, I suggest you join the eToro platform. You can use my link in the description tab, and you can even get an extra $50 to start trading. So thank you for watching. I hope you took away some good points from this video. I hope you stay with us on this journey, this long-term journey, and we'll see you in the next video.